Ahoy Ragamuffins, Jamie here, and thank you so much for allowing me to lead you through today's movement session. Today I've got a seated workout for you. Everything is going to be utilizing the torso and the upper body, so not a lot of movement with the legs here. First thing, as equipment, I want you to have a sturdy chair. Make sure you feel comfortable and supported in the chair that you're sitting in, and the chair that I have is without armrest. You can find a chair like that works for you. That's great. If you have armrest, that's okay too. There might be some movement that you may have to move kind of up and over in order to do. If you do have armrests there, we will be utilizing weights today. I have various weights here, 1s, 2s, and 3s, maybe some 5s. Anything that feels challenging or doable for you today, go ahead and utilize that option. We're gonna be working through 2 exercises, 35 seconds on with a 10 to 15 second rest break for 2 rounds. All right, get your water bottle, towel, and let's get started. All right, starting with the warm up here, I have my feet firmly planted on the ground, upper body is supported, and we're gonna start with an opening up to a hug. So I'm gonna pretend like I'm hugging an invisible monster. I don't know why I would be doing that. And then closing, so opening up, palms are open, stretching up, open that chest, and then leaning forward, hugging that monster. I don't know where I come up with these things. I promise they're not even planned. Yeah, I know you don't think they're planned, but rolling open. So we're going chest and back, opening up, inhale, breathe, and exhale, come forward. Side to side reaches here. We're gonna reach up, right side, left side. I then place my hand on my opposite thigh so that I can, or same side thigh, so that I can feel supported when I come up and over. If you have an armrest here, you can go ahead and plant that forearm on the armrest, reaching up and over. Inhale and exhale, breathing 3 and 1. In this next one, we're gonna come to a bend down. So if you feel supported, you're gonna come bend down and round that chest, open up the shoulders back, come down, bend that back, open up. I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see it from this angle. Feet are flat, opening up and then rolling shoulders back, coming down and rolling shoulders back, up and back. Next one, we're gonna come into some side to side neck rolls. Hands down, and I'm gonna bring my chin to chest, side to side, ear to shoulder, rolling that neck, rolling that neck. Just inhale, breathe. Try to stay in each piece for a couple seconds. And if something feels particularly good for you, you can stay there longer. Always go ahead and do so. Breathing neck rolls. Double hand high pulls. We're gonna reach up with both hands, pull down, reach up and pull down. If you want, you do not have to come into a stretch with this one. You can, if you'd like, coming down, kind of opening up that side, or you can be here, pulling down, kind of squeezing that lat as you come down. Reach up nice and high, pull down, individual. Next one, we're gonna come into some core rotation, some torso twists. So I'm gonna plant one hand on one knee and try to look over my opposite side shoulder. I'm up tall, kind of zipped up. That cue is so interesting. Zip it up high, and then rotate. Breathing, breathing, breathing. Thinking about yourself, wringing yourself out. Last one here, bicep scoops, bring it up and bend those elbows, bring it back down. Bring it up. Again, if you have armrest here, you might have to come a little bit out wide here. Bring it up, scoop it up and come back down. Scoop it up and over and come back down. Here we go, 5 and 1. All right, this first one here, weights, we're not gonna use this weight. We're gonna come into overhead punches, 2 forward punches. Palms are gonna be down, 4 and 4. So 4, 3, 2, and 1. Take this at your own pace. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Reaching up. Again, you can have that little stretch there, or stay as stable here as you need. You can pull back here, lifting that palm up, or you can stay with that palm lowered. Trying to stay up and not come into that slouching position as best as you can. This next one, we're gonna pick up our weights. So I have 1 kilogram weights here, which I think is 2.2 pounds. Bicep curls to shoulder press. Palms are up. I'm gonna come here and press up, slowly coming down, back down to the bicep curl. Now, if you have arm rests, you're gonna have to come into a wider position here, or sometimes you can scoot yourself forward so that you have a little more room there in the front, if that is something that is accessible for you today in the chair. Bicep curl to shoulder press, bringing it down and up, lift and breathe. Good. Setting down those weights, we're gonna come to the first one, second set, front punches, 2 ceiling punches, 4 and 4. So you control the speed of this, you control the number. Let's say you wanna do 8 and 8. Let's say you wanna do 6 and 6. Let's say you wanna speed it up a little bit. Let's say you wanna slow it down. Breathe, 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 pulling back. You find a speed that feels comfortable for you to do this both in. And forward, good. Whew. All right, this one was a little bit low for me. I'm gonna make sure you have these handy. I forgot to say that in the beginning. And don't trip over them like I just did. Coming up, palms up, and breathing out when you lower down. So choose a weight that feels challenging yet doable for you today. And always remember that easy is an option as well. Coming down. Out as you lift up. Again, trying to maintain that upper body posture and not slouch down here. Up, nice and straight. Good. All right, the next one we're coming into is lateral raises, and the second exercise is gonna be front raise. So palms are down. We're gonna start with 1 and 1. Elbows are slightly bent. My feet are supported on the ground. I'm lifting up in a 1-to-1 or alternating fashion. If you would like, you can lift up bilaterally and slowly come back down. Lift up, coming into that lateral raise and breathing. Coming down, good. Try to make sure that you're not shrugging and then coming up, so bringing those shoulders up and then slowly controlling the weights back down. Now we're gonna do front raises. I have found that front raises, we're gonna do palms down. If it feels more comfortable for you, you can do thumbs up. It's just gonna involve the bicep a little bit more than if we do palms down, lifting up. Again, this is gonna be a little bit different if you have that arm rest in front of you or to the side. You might start here and lift up if it's difficult to bring those weights down to the side. Slowly coming down, bringing those weights down with control. Elbows are slightly bent or just not locked out, I should say. Yours might not be bent. Breathing, nice job. Round 2, we're gonna come back to that lateral raise, roll our shoulders back, coming side to side, zip up nice and tall, and lift up. One at a time, right to left, or both slowly coming back down. Or you can what is it called? Vary between the two. I was gonna say vacillate. That's not, I don't think that's the correct term. Between the two, like alternating or bilateral. So you can do only alternating, only bilateral, or combine the two if that's something that feels right for you, or that different count. Coming back to the front raise, palms down, elbows are not locked out, elbows are soft. We're gonna lift that weight up. This is the same thing with that count. You can lift that weight up with an alternating up, down, or one at a time, lifting up and down, breathing. Alternating, or both lift up, down, and up. Breathe, nice work. I went a little high on that one. You don't want to go too far above your head on this particular one. And down, so alternating here. Again, you can come to the side as well. And down, nice work. All right, this first one, we're gonna come into side to side elbow benders. So elbows are out to the side, and we're gonna come into kind of a seated side crunch here. Make sure you elongate up and breathe out as you come into that side crunch, like you're between two glass window panes. I like to say that better than walls because that could be a little claustrophobic, but glass is open, I guess, maybe. Lifting up and breathing out. So inhale when you come back up, exhale, inhale, exhale. Good, 10 seconds. And the next one we're gonna come into is stir the pot. So I'm gonna grab one weight, hand is gonna be held vertically, and we're gonna come out and in. So it's like you're stirring a big pot here. We're gonna go clockwise, and then about halfway through, we're gonna go counterclockwise. You determine how big that pot is. Maybe it's a little one out here. The farther away from the body, the harder it is to keep balance. Now reverse it. Reverse that stir the pot. You're coming around and coming back, making sure that core is engaged. It could be a big pot that you're stirring with lots of heavy soup, or a little pot right near your body. Good. All right, let go of that weight, and we're gonna come into those elbows side to side, rolling shoulders back, coming down. Elbow, and inhale, exhale. So you can come into a crunch here, or you can come into an elongate bend. This is gonna look a little bit different if you have the armrest here. Maybe you're a little bit limited, and you can come only here, side to side. So work with whatever you have at this particular moment. Inhale, breathe, exhale, nice job. And 5. And 1. Woo! All right. Now we're gonna stir the pot again. So remember, a big old pot of fondue. Ooh, now it smells like cheese, fondue. Or maybe some broth. That's gonna be a different consistency. Stirring the pot big, so you're coming out. You can even have some body motion with it if that feels good for you today too. Or you can stay nice and controlled. We're gonna switch in 2 and 1, clockwise, counterclockwise, coming around, back down and in, breathing, good. Inhale, exhale, good. 1. All right, this next one, we're coming into a right diagonal, left diagonal. So I'm gonna take one weight here, And again, this is gonna be different if you have armrests. So I'm gonna show you without armrests first. You're coming down, lifting up, chopping, coming down, lifting up. So this is without armrests, or if you have the capability, you can scoot forward, come into a diagonal, and chop. If you have the armrest here, you can come kind of halfway lift and down, halfway lift and down. I know my arm is coming in front of my face, so maybe it's hard to hear. Down and chop. If you have that full range of motion and you're able to do that, please utilize that full range of motion. Chop. Next one we're gonna do is the opposite side. So now I'm gonna be coming down to my right side, lifting up towards my left, chopping. And if you want, you can follow the weight. That'll involve a little bit more torso. Lifting up and chopping, breathing up and down. Inhale and exhale, chop. Inhale, exhale, chop. Nice job. Breathing, 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 good. We got 5 seconds. Good, lift. All right, we're gonna come into that other side. So if you feel good with that weight, keep the weight. If you would like to increase and you have that opportunity to, please go ahead and do so. We're gonna come up and down. This can also be done, now that I'm talking about weight and dumbbells, this can also be done without a weight here. You can clasp your hands together and come down here, lifting up in that diagonal pattern and coming down. Lift, because our shoulders work in a lot of different planes. Well, 3, 4 planes, but they go a lot of directions in those planes. Lifting up and down, breathing. All right, now we're gonna switch to the opposite side, coming diagonal in this opposite side, starting down, right, and lifting up. Again, if you choose to follow it with your eyes, you're going to be involving a little bit more torso. And if you want, you can also keep your eyes forward. If that, for some reason, doesn't feel right. Coming down, breathing, inhale, good. Exhale. Lift and lower. And here we go, 5. Last one in this set. Whew. All right, the next seated one, we're gonna come into overhead tricep extension. So you can use 2 weights here, or you can use 1 weight. I'm gonna start with 1 weight, overhead, and I will then show you how to use 2. So you have 1 weight grasped here. My elbows are alongside my head, so they're not super far back. I have them alongside my ears, and I'm lowering that weight down and bringing that weight up with control and down with control. If you would like to use 2 weights, you can come up and alternate, or you can come down, inhale, and exhale the weight back up. What I want you to be aware of is that you're lowering at the same speed, same time, and pressing up, same speed, same time. Now we're gonna go with the bicep server. So my palms are up, I have my weights here, shoulders are relaxed. I'm gonna come forward and forward. Breathing, inhale, and then pulling it back. Breathing, good, inhale. Nice job. If you want, we can move into a little bit of a diagonal there. So a front and diagonal, maybe you alternate forward, maybe you stay front, maybe you are like, ooh, I like this diagonal, yeah. Up, bringing it kind of towards the belly button as you come in and out, breathe, good. We're gonna come back to that overhead tricep extension. So choose whichever felt good for you, the 1 weight or the 2 weights. Coming up and over, elbows towards alongside the ears, alternating that weight up or bringing that weight down and up together. Again, you can utilize one weight here and slowly lower that weight down, bringing that weight up, lowering that weight down. That's nice work. So good. Inhale, exhale, nice work. 2 and 1. Last one in this set, we're gonna come into the bicep servers here. So rolling shoulders back, palms are up, and out and in, out and in. A lot of core engagement for this one as well, so making sure that that core is engaged as you come side to side. Maybe you want to try a double in there. Cross here or straight out, in, out, in, breathing. Nice work. Lifting. Inhale, exhale. Woo! All right, the next one we're gonna work on is a mobility, a thoracic mobility. So my arms are gonna start out front and I'm gonna come into T openers, out, side to side, and over. So I'm shooting forward, coming side to side. Lots of options for this. You see I have my palms connected right now. You can also open and then come towards that side hand. Open, come towards that side hand, or come this way, or open up one at a time. Maybe you stay on one side. So lots of different variations for this. Relaxing the shoulders. Good. Now we're gonna grab those weights and come to front press punches. So I'm gonna hold the weights here vertical. This one's gonna be kind of like a piston. So I'm gonna lift up one and then the other. Lift up one, we're gonna alternate here, and as one drops, the other one is going to rise. Breathe good. And I say drops, I would say slowly controlled. As one is slowly controlled on the way down, you can alternate it here by turning those weights vertical. No, that's not vertical. Horizontal, parallel with your body. Don't get me started. Turn the weights, palms facing the camera. I know, you probably all are giving me instruction right now. Jamie, if you only knew. So open up. Here's another alternative way that you can do it is open up those arms and come side to side here like you're trying to slap that other arm. Now, if you don't have that mobility in the thoracic spine, we're working on slapping one at a time. So maybe you come here, open up here. Maybe you need a rest, roll those shoulders back, 2 at a time, together. Maybe you hold, maybe you 1 at a time, open up. Lots of different options there. All right, coming into that front press piston, pressing up into the air. First, we'll start weights facing, the dumbbells facing, and then we'll bring them to the side. So as one comes up, one comes down, lowering, engaging that core, breathing, lifting up. You can bring them out to the side. If you want, you can come together. If you want, you can hold down as one comes down and up, down and up, breathing, inhale, exhale, one towards the other, nice job. Here we go, 5. And 1, 30 seconds, awesome. All right, this is gonna be a little bit of a coordination piece. We're gonna take one weight and lift it up and over, handing it off to the other side, trying to make an arc or a rainbow coming up, handing it off. So you might have to take a little extra time there at the top, handing it off, up and over. Maybe you work this way. I'm like, what way does this work best for me? Grip rise. Up and over, coming slowly, coming down, up and over. Good, feet firmly planted on the ground and slowly coming down. Nice work. Breathe. Good. Next one, we're gonna come into right and left paddler. So I'm gonna take this weight, come into a paddle. This is gonna be a little bit, if you have an armrest, you might run into a problem here. So I'll show you an alternative. So coming in here like a paddle, like a paddle. If you have an armrest, start here, swing it in. Start here, flip, swing it in. Start here, flip, swing it in. So if you have no armrest, you can paddle and move that elbow. If you do, swing it in towards the body, flip it, swing it in towards the body. Nice job. Awesome. All right, we're gonna come into those hand off, up and overs. Maybe you wanna grab a different weight here. Because this is also coordination, right? In proprioception, I'm not looking at the weight. I don't see the weight. I'm feeling the weight as it comes up and over. Slowly bringing it back down, up and over. Bringing that weight down and up. Good. Lift and breathe. Nice work. Breathing. 10. So this is coordination, right? Our left hand, left brain, right brain working together. Where is it? Unless you have a mirror in front of you that can help out. Next one we're gonna come into, and last one in this set, is the paddles, right, left paddles. So make sure you do something that works for you, armrest or no armrest. No armrest, I'm coming into that paddle, bringing the elbow behind, armrest, pulling, flipping, pulling that weight, flipping, paddling towards my body. Still bringing that elbow in, but hopefully the armrest isn't providing as much of a hindrance in there. Lifting, breathing, paddle, paddle. Good. Nice work. And one. So the next one, we're gonna have a right press over bicep curl wide. So if you have an armrest, you might have to start outside there and press. And yes, we're only doing one arm, wide bicep curl and press coming down, coming, press up and over. Make sure your hand is on the core, coming up and over, slowly lowering that weight down. With control, up and over, slowly lowering that weight down, bringing it here, up and over, turning the weight, wide bicep curl, and here. You guess what the next one is. I know you know what the next one is. Coming into that other side, wide bicep curl, shoulders relaxed, and press up and over, slowly lowering down. Press up and over. Bringing that hand out wide, that palm up. So lots of different directions we've taken the weights in the ways that we're angling the muscle. Maybe we have a front bicep curl with side bicep curl, front raise, lots of different ways and angles our muscles can move. All right, next two, we're gonna come up and over on that other side. Again, adjust the weight as necessary, whatever you determine for the first round. Coming down, breathing up and over. Nice job. I don't even know how that song just came into my head. And lift. You ever have that? Where did that come from? It just always in there. 10 seconds. Breathing, slowly lowering down that weight. And up. Last one in this set. Opposite side. Bringing that weight over to the other side. Lifting it up and over. Always good every once in a while to focus on something unilateral, meaning one leg, one arm only. Really give it some extra love, concentration. That's why it's always good to switch up your exercises by maybe not doing them at the same time. Doing a right lift and lower, and then a left lift and lower. And down, slowly lowering that weight. So you take it in sections here. Lift, lower, turn, lower. All right, the next two are going to be cardio, upper body cardio. So we're gonna come up and pull, lifting, and then bringing those hands down. If you want, you can come into a double hand, up and over, reaching up, coming over, adjusting the speed as you need to. Lift up and over, or double hand, come into a big rainbow here, or a circle. Hey, oh, now I'm really getting into the dance moves, huh? And over. All right, we're gonna come into side to side jack. So we were coming here. Now we're gonna pretend, take out the legs, jacks, coming up and down. Make sure you're alternating right hand in front of left hand in front of right hand. Reaching up and over. Inhale, exhale. Nice work. Lots of big movements here. Big movements we can make with our upper body. Lifting. Good. Coming back into those windshield wipers, single arm windshield wipers, coming down, pulling down. If you're here, pull down. Or you can take two hands, side to side. Or get some boogie on and bring in a whole circle. This is gonna be a little bit different if you have armrests. So you might have to stick with those pulls, side to side, breathing, nice job. Woo-hoo. And one. All right, 10 seconds, we're gonna come into those jacks, upper body jacks, palms out, lifting up, right hand in front of left, left hand in front of right. So you're gonna have to kind of think about it. I have to think, okay, left is behind, right is behind, or vice versa, right? It's kind of a little mind game you can play with yourself. Up and down. Up, breathe, slowly lowering down, breathing, nice work. Whew. It's amazing, huh? Those arms like, hey, what are you doing to me? What's going, are you trying to track down a jetliner? Up, breathing. Good. All right, the next one, we're gonna grab these weights, come into underhand punches and then overhand punches. So my weights are here, palms up. It's gonna be a little bit like uppercuts. Ha, ha. 3, 2, and 1, and punch over, punch over. So 4 punches over, 4 uppercuts. 4, 3, 2, and 1, punch over. Punch over, punch over, yeah. And huh, huh. And over, punch, nice work. All right, no weights here. We're gonna come into, what do I wanna call this? I have it up there, but I can't see it. So palms down, coming forward and lifting up, stretch. Palms down, coming forward, lifting up, stretch. Inhale and exhale. Opening up that chest. Support it, opening up that chest. Nice job. Breathing, breathing, breathing. 10 seconds, good. Coming down, lifting up. Down and up. 5, you got this. Woo! And 1. All right, 10 seconds. We're gonna come into that uppercut. So uppercut here, I kind of did it 2 different ways. I didn't really explain it. So I can hold the weight here, have it close to my body, or I can bring it out uppercut close to my body, kind of focusing on that rotations, or here, and then coming into that overhand punch here. And uppercut, hey, hey, you don't mess with me, yo. You can make up stuff like that if you want. And uppercut, good. And punch, 5. Awesome, we're gonna come into those high hands, coming down, hinging at the hip, and up, inhale, down and up, inhale, breathe. Stick with whatever range of motion feels good for you. Maybe it's here, maybe it's no hip extension, excuse me, back extension, back flexion. Coming down and opening up. Good, good, good. And up. Gazes forward, breathing. Good, 3 and 1. All right, you all kind of knew this one had to be in here, right? Runners. I know, but we got, yeah. So here, you can adjust the speed. You can make it a little more torso. You can add some punches here. You can scoot forward and have it be more of a run. Inhale, breathe. If you have that armrest in the way, you can come forward here. Side to side punches. So lots of different options here. Running, I know, I feel like, I got a little bouncy chair too, so I can like kind of little bit of bounce. All right, the last one we're gonna do here is a seated chest fly. So I'm gonna roll my shoulders back, open up, elbows are gonna be soft. I'm gonna open up and come in. Open up, elbows are soft, and come in. Breathing, good, coming, opening up and in, nice work. Open up, breathe, coming in 15 seconds. And 10, we got 10. Always take a break whenever you need it. And Slowly bringing down that weight, coming into runners here, whatever one felt good for you. Maybe you scooted forward a little bit. Maybe you're doing those overhand punches. Maybe you were here. Maybe you were having a little bounce. It was kind of fun. Hey! Feet kind of really have to be planted in this one. I'm like, how do I run? I don't run like that. No, okay, here we go. Using those arms, alternating, right? So right, left, and then hoping that the body follows in that direction. Punches, breathing. Nice work. And woo. Coming into that chest opener, elbows soft, rolling shoulders back. 3, 2, and 1. So I did it together. I did it bilateral. You can come down in between. You can come 1 and 1, come down. You can come bilateral like I did in the beginning. I forgot to show you that 1 and 1 option. Or you can come here, here, and break. Inhale. So lots of different ways that you can take this one. Opening up and breathing out. 5 seconds, good. Woo! And all right, we're gonna get ready for the cool down, starting with inhale, sunnies. Fingers open, palms open, opening up towards the sky. And coming down, coming back up the opposite way. Opening up and back up the opposite direction. So same thing we kind of talked about earlier. I talked about, right hand, left hand, alternating in front, lifting up and breathing. Nice job. Good. 3 and 1. Side to side QL stretch here, up and over, reaching up and over. If you want to have some support, you can have it on the armrest or that opposite side thigh, lifting up and breathing. Nice job. Inhale and exhale. Lifting. Good. 3 and 1. Chest and back openers, kind of like we started, giving a monster hug, opening up that chest. Monster hug, opening up that chest, coming forward, opening up. Nice work. Breathing and open. Good. Inhale, breathe. Exhale, open up. 3 and 1. Coming into a shoulder stretch, stretching that right arm over, trying to grab up over that elbow, rolling that wrist forwards and back. Counterclockwise, clockwise, and switch. Oh, I just hit the back of the chair. Rolling that wrist. Don't hit the back of your chair if you do that. Coming. Good. Breathing. 2 and 1. Coming forward, we're going to lift one leg forward, toe up, and hinge. Hinge forward. If you are not gonna use those legs, we can come side to side here as well. So just getting a little bit of the low back, feet are planted, coming side to side, getting that low back in this stretch here. And now we're gonna come into torso turns, turning side to side, turning side to side. Inhale, reach, good. Inhale, side to side, reaching. That torso twist. Good. Good. Neck and shoulder rolls. Hands supported on the legs, coming side to side and rolling down. Lifting that neck back, coming into clockwise rotation, counterclockwise. I always have one side of my neck that's just a little tighter than the other. In one form of that stretch, coming forward, breathing. Last one, overhead tricep stretch, coming up, grabbing that elbow, coming up and over, and then we'll switch in about 5 seconds. Inhale and switch, other side. Breathing good. And one. Thank you all so much for joining me for today's movement session. I hope that seated workout left you feeling psyched, jazzed, whatever it is that you wanted to get out of this session. I hope this has brought you closer to it. And remember, movement for more. You all are rock stars. Can't wait to see you next time. Let me know if you liked it in the comments.